Alright, what's going on, good people? And welcome back to another video. What's poppin'? What's crackin'? What's poppin'? What's crackin'? We got the first video this week. The first week of NFL is over. First week of fantasy football is over. The second week is literally already upon us. Thursday night football, Cincinnati Bengals, Cleveland Browns. In regards to my bets from last week, all my bets were deaded. All my bets were fish in the water. 0 for 7. That's what I did. It was very disappointing. Don't worry. We're going to bounce back. Confidence is key, baby. My starts for the week, Josh Allen came through. T.Y. Hilton, not so much. Will Fuller, it wasn't the best. He wasn't the best wide receiver, but maybe he was a safe option for you. Jack Doyle, oof. And James Conner, mega oof. I've been trying to figure out in what direction I wanted to go with everything I'm doing on this channel. NFL, fantasy football, it's a lot going on all the time. So I'm just going to mainly focus on just my Mailbox Smashers League and those players. I'll use that league as a foundation to just talk about specific players I'm in a matchup with that week, players I'm playing. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments. At me on Twitter. I'm just looking for a specific way to talk about niche fantasy players without having to dive deep in everybody and taking up a lot of people's time. Let's just look at the matchups in the Mailbox Smashers League. Let's figure out who's going to win this league, who's going to make the playoffs. If my playoff predictions were true, I'm going to win the league, baby. Confident. But let's just roll this intro real fast and get started on week 2 of NFL fantasy football.
Chill, man, what the fuck going on?
You know I rock out, whole RSL, rock a skinny jean, you already know it's my vibe. I'ma be with a little thought, whole but I will never pop out. Lying on a nigga name, tryna get some credit, nigga, you a shot out. Smoking two commands outside.
Alright, what's going on, good people? Welcome back. I've got my week 1 matchup pulled up right here. As you can see, your boy caught the W. Not only did I catch the W, I was the highest scorer on the week. And I held off one of the top, let's see what Moss was. One of the top, I want to say top 5. Top 5, maybe even top 3. Oh, he was 6. No. Yeah, just what I thought. Moss was a top 3 scorer on the week, but took the L to me, fell to 6. Looking back at the matchup from week 1, my fantasy gold that everyone will love to just absolutely see. Lamar, good, safe game. Without any rushing. He had 3 passing touchdowns, didn't even have to run the ball all that much. Still had an awesome game. I love having Lamar. I love having him in the Superflex League. Of course, my most consistent, my bell cow, the guy that I put all my faith in, Zeke, had an extremely solid game and blew up with his 2 touchdowns. Even had a 3rd touchdown. Got called back because of a penalty. But Zeke wants to be fed. You saw it. You saw it right there on his tum-tum. On his tummy-tum. Feed me. I've considered that maybe the EE was like Ezekiel Elliott, that maybe that was already there. Didn't really vet it, didn't look too far into it, but I'm hoping that maybe he just thought it'd be funny. I don't know. Pretty bad tattoo, but awesome for fantasy. Get whatever you want tattooed on you, I guess. If you're going to be doing this every week, this is good with me, brother. Josh Jacob. Oh my goodness. You didn't have to do him like that with the 3 touchdowns. Shout out my boy Will It Be Always Ready with the text after Josh, went off. Said he was wrong. Said he has confidence in him now. I'm glad that it just took 1 week. It just took 1 week for Willie B to see. Julio didn't get a touchdown on Sunday, but 157 yards. Monster yardage game. If he would just get a touchdown, he would, I don't even know, he'd be unstoppable. He's already unstoppable. He's contributing to my W's. And we already talked about Clyde, but, Clyde's 19-point rookie debut contributed to me getting the win. Moss played some good guys for a while there. I thought, he had a chance to win. Kamara was going off. Mostert was going off. He was within like 20 pretty much the whole time because of those guys. And it came down to Evan Ingram versus Ryan Tannehill. He was down by like 20. I ended up winning. I love it. Moss, great week. We were sleeping on your team, but you put out one heck of a performance. Looking at the overall league, I got the standings right here. Top 10. Looking at the overall league, some teams that no one thought would get wins this week. Dynasty. And Jackson Tipton, the team that everyone said was the absolute worst. Even me, I said it was the worst. But his guys went off. Can Jack keep it up? I guess we'll see. Are they going to prove me wrong about who I said was going to make the playoffs? We just got to wait and find out if they can keep this up all year. Some teams who fell. Moss, we talked about him, lost to me. Put up a lot of points though. Mark took an L. Avery with an L. Riley with an L to Willie B. Always ready. And Hobie, the 2019 champ, sitting at the bottom of the leaderboard. Looking ahead to my matchup in week 2, I'm playing Avery. You can see the win probability right there. You can see that it looks like I'm projected to win. Avery took an L last week. I'm going to try to send him to 0-2. I want to keep Avery over as long as I can. As long as it's in my power, I don't want him to win. So that's what we got going on. Got Lamar, Josh Allen. I got a little advantage. Zeke, Fournette, advantage. Edwards-Helaire, Chubb. I guess Chubb's going to be on a bounce-back week. Relatively even. But I'm going to give myself the advantage. Julio Hop. That one's pretty even. I mean, you can't pick one of these guys. And Galladay, I really hope Galladay plays this week. He didn't start week 1. I had to put Paris Campbell in, who didn't really lose me the week. Got me 14 points. I was super happy with that. But I hope that Kenny G plays this week because him and Julio holding down my wide receiver core, I need that. And I'll feel a lot more safe with them too. Evan Ingram, pretty disappointing week. However, he was targeted a lot. Had a pass interference call, brought back one of his receptions. I'm going to keep playing him until he's hurt, probably, because I really like Evan Ingram. I think he's going to have a good year. We know we got Josh Jacobs starting. 3 touchdowns, Snickers chain. He might carry me to the fantasy shit this year. That's what I'm hoping. The guy's elite. You can see it. I got it as his nickname. And I'm going to give Odell and Baker the start again this week against, I didn't talk about Avery's guys, Hurst, Slayton, Landry, Jacobs over Slayton for sure. And Odell, the 2 Cleveland guys. I really hope that Odell and Baker can get it together. I'm putting a lot of hope on those guys, and I don't want to have to revert to playing Benny Snell, Paris Campbell consistently. On this matchup this week, 2-0. What are you talking about? I'm too good. The team is too good. I really hope that I didn't just jinx myself. Heidi started barking. She thought somebody was here. All right, 1 second. We got to take care of Heidi. All right, we calmed Heidi down. We're going to finish this video up. Like I said, 2-0. I'm getting another win this week. I'm beating Avery. Let's just look at these league matchups real fast for NFL Fantasy Football Week 2, 2020. Jack got a big win after everybody was sleeping on his team, said it was the worst. Moss scored a lot of points but took an L. Looking at their teams for Week 2. Yes, I had to move the screen around for the orientation. It was all messed up. We had a big jump. But here we are, looking at Jack and Moss for Week 2. Jack had his big win, 0-1. Moss took a loss. Kirk Cousins, Mr. Unlimited. I'm liking Russ there, advantage. Carson Kamara. Malcolm Brown, Raheem Mostert, N'Keal Harry. Allen Robinson, John Ross, Lockett, Ebron Waller, Deontay Johnson, Singletary, E-Man, Marquise Hollywood Brown, and Drew Lock and Tannehill. It ain't pretty. It's pretty ugly. But I'm going to go with Moss this week. Moss goes to 1-1. Jack falls to 1-1. We got Riley and Jits matchup. Rizzy Riley Holmes. Jit nasty. Carson Wentz, Tom Brady, Hennessy himself blank checks, Melvin Gordon, JT. Riley's calling it. The breakout is coming. He's the guy. Him and Naheem in the backfield. Swift dropped the touchdown. DJ Chris Godwin, Ridley Cooper, Henry Kelsey. We all know where the advantage is in that one. Gurley Thielen, AJ Brown, James Conner. Oof. This week, got to be Riley. He's going to get that team to 500, 1-1, and we're going to send TJ to 1-1. That's what it's looking like. That's what I think. It's my matchup prediction. Let's go ahead and go down to Will and Cool Cats and Kittens Ben. Ben, he won last week. Big week. One of the best teams. People say he's got one of the God teams. I've also said that. Deshaun and Dak, C. Mac Dalvin, Kenyon Eckler. Well, is Eckler going to bounce back? Cup, Devontae, Edelman, Mike. You know, I think this one's going to be a lot closer than people think. And just because I really want him to lose, I'm going to say Willie B. Always Ready takes the W from Ben. Because every week I root against Ben. So we got Will taking the W on this one. Put that energy into the atmosphere and it'll happen. And then the last matchup of the week. 2 0 for teams, but one team has to win. Looking at these two matchups, Patty, Joe, Saquon, Sony. I mean, Mark's got Reek. Michael Thomas is out. That's going to hurt Hobie's team extremely bad. Mark is going to be the team that wins this week. Mark's going to go to 1-1. Hobie's going to be 0 for 2 and remain at the bottom of the leaderboards in my own unprofessional predictions. That's my matchup predictions for week 2 in the Mailbox Smashers Dynasty League. Trying to keep stacking up these wins, trying to get the ship. I want to win the championship. Road to the 2020 ship. That's what Big Truss is doing. That's where we're headed. This video is going to come out, I think, before the Thursday night football game. For the Bengals and the Browns, if you drafted Odell, Joe Mixon, those guys, the superstar guys, play them. I think that they're going to bounce back. Odell will bounce back week 2. Joe, I expect to bounce back against a weak Browns team. I think that both teams are going to score. I think that there's going to be points. I think there's going to be fantasy points. Start your superstar guys from the Bengals and the Browns. If you're in a pinch, I guess maybe you're starting Juice, maybe Baker. I'm starting Baker in Superflex. If you're not in Superflex, you're probably not starting Baker. On my team, Zeke, he's going to have a big week. I'm predicting he's my highest scorer. Running back against Atlanta this week in Dallas. Atlanta does not know how to stop running backs coming out of the backfield. I think that Zeke's going to have a massive week. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Ready to see this Thursday night football game. Ready to see Baker and Odell bounce back. I hope that's what happens. I'm just trying to honestly be confident. I'm trying to put that energy into the air. All right, everybody. Let's hope I go to 2-0. That's what we're wishing for. That's what we're wishing. Get these W's. Drop some comments. Any questions you got? Anybody you think you should start? I'll respond to your comment. But that's going to do it for this video, everybody. Peace.
Tryna get some credit, nigga, you a shot eye. Smoking 2 commands, need a bag.